Alright, so next we are going to be inserting and formatting a picture in a Word document. So we're going to insert a digital picture in the flyer and we're going to format it. Flyers usually contain a graphical image, such as a picture, to attract the attention of the passerby. In the following sections, you will perform these tasks: insert a digital picture, reduce the size of the picture, and change the look of a picture. Okay, um, so how can you locate a graphic file? The one we're going to be using is in the data files, which I have showed you already how to access. You have to access the data files at school. Okay, so you're going to go where I already showed you to get the data files, and that's where you're going to pick up your picture. The way to get to the data files, because I'm using my home computer, is a little bit different. So if you are stuck at this point in time or you can't remember where to find the data files, just call me over or ask a friend and they can help you, or I can help you. So that's the one you're going to do. But if you are working on a flyer yourself and you need to put it in a picture, you can go on the web. There's images available, some of which are free. If you go to Google Images, generally you can find what you're looking for, but you've got to be very careful where you get it from, because if you want to blow up the picture, like make it bigger, you might have to go to their actual site, and it's possible you could get viruses. Okay, a virus is a computer program that can damage files and programs on your computer. So you just have to be very careful. You can also take your own picture and you can insert it into a flyer. But so anyway, we're going to be inserting one from the data files for this one. So to start off, okay, I'm going to want to center the picture, and I'm going to put the picture in this blank line right here between the headline and this paragraph here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, click here, then I'm going to center it. That way when I insert the picture, it's already centered, so I don't have to do it again. Alright, so I already clicked home, I press the center button. Okay, so now we're going to insert the picture. So for me, I already navigated to your data files. I'm going to Word, Module 1, and I'm going to end up finding surfing. How you're going to do this, you're going to go to Insert, Pictures, and I have to go back to where I was at. Files, DIT, Data Files for Students. Okay, and we're going to find the surfing. So we're going to click on that. So what I just did is I inserted a picture from a file. You can also insert online pictures. So if you click on online pictures, it'll say please wait until we load pictures. Like I said, this particular one you're going to be getting from the internet. Or, I'm sorry, from the data files. So you don't need to go to Bing. So Bing is just a search engine like Google. So if I wanted to find a picture of surfing, it'd be hilarious if it was right here. It's close, very close, but not the same thing. So make sure that you pick the right one. Okay, I got a little ahead of myself here. All right, insert. Okay, so I guess this is how big it's gonna end up being. So you can also zoom the document to make your document bigger, and I've showed you to do that. You've got a slider here. You can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, you can also go to View. In this zoom group, you can play around with it. Okay. All right. So we're going to resize the graphic. Resizing includes both increasing and reducing the size of the graphic. So if I want to make it bigger, if I want to make it smaller, that's when I resize. So the reason why I might do this is when you actually, it's doing it right now. If you scroll down, you'll see this is on two separate pages. Okay, I promise you that flyers generally are not on two pages. Usually it's a one-page document. Okay, if you do make this on 2 pages, if you make a flyer on 2 pages, make sure that you mess around with it a little bit and make it on 1 page, because if you turn this in with 2 pages, I will take points off. Okay, because it's not part of an actual flyer now. It's now a document. It could be a report. It's something to hang up. So you want to make sure that it's all on 1 page. So we're going to be doing that by resizing the graphic to an appropriate amount. So when you select the graphic, you've got these little circles here. Okay, these are called sizing handles. So if I ask you to drag the sizing handles to a specific size, that's what these are. Okay. You can also rotate it using this arrow thing. Rotation arrow, I think it's called. So you can see when I originally was here, I think, when I selected this, I got a new tab called Format. Okay, that only pops up if you select an image. So if I click on this, this gives me all the different options that I can use to format my picture. Okay, it even shows the size right here. So they want me to drag the sizing handle to where it's around 3.7 with a width of 5.06. Now, if you want it really precise, you can literally just type it in here. 3.7. Oops, my bad. 3.7 and then 5.06. And then it'll size it for you if you want to get completely exact. If you don't want to get exact, you can just drag the sizing handles. And if you do the diagonal ones, it'll do it proportionally. Now what I don't want you to do is don't do this. Okay? I've seen students do this before. It looks different. It looks completely different. If you do this, look, it looks all weird. Okay? Always, if you're resizing, always use diagonal. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to make the picture look weird. So make sure that you use the diagonal. I think it'll keep it proportionate. Yes. One of the tricks that one of my computer teachers showed me back when is holding on the Shift key, and it'll also do it proportionally as well. But I think they fixed that. I think it's just diagonally now. So okay, so like I said, I'm going to just go ahead and type this in. You can, like I said, you can try to find the right height and width. But I'm just going to make things easier for myself. 3.7. Okay. 5.06. When you're practicing with geometrics, it might tell you to use the sizing handles, and it might also tell you just to change the size. It just depends on what the question is asking, especially on the certification exams. It might specify, but there's 2 ways to do it. Okay, so you can also zoom to 100%. I just showed you to do that as well. 100%. And so now we're on 1 page. Yes, it shows 2, but I can delete these, and it'll go on 1 page. So that's a good skill to know too. So that way, in case you notice this, you know what to do. If you have a blank page, say you didn't have the character formatting, and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I get rid of this? Well, if you turn on formatting marks, you'll notice you've got 2 blank lines. You can just get rid of them by backspacing, and it'll get rid of your second page. It's better to do that than, because if you turn it in like that, what that says to me is that you didn't proofread your work. It's sloppy to leave an extra page that you don't necessarily use. It's also wasteful if you print, because then that extra page goes with you. So please make sure that you that you proofread your document enough to where you have all the pages you need, so that way you don't waste ink and you don't waste paper. Okay, but most of the assignments you're gonna submit digitally anyway. Okay. So I did that. So now we're going to apply a picture style. So as I've been going over before, style is a named group of formatting characteristics. There's more than 25 picture styles. Picture styles enable you to easily change a picture's look to a more visually appealing style, including a variety of shapes, angles, borders, and reflections. So we're gonna go ahead and select the picture, okay, and that format tab's right there, and that's where pictures tools is. Yep. Now we're gonna find picture styles. So picture styles groups here. Okay, these are all the picture styles. If you want to see more, you click more, and here we go. Now we want to find the soft edge oval picture style. So we are going to hover over, and you'll see that it displays exactly what style that is. When you're doing your certification or any project and it specifies a specific style, make sure that you hover over. Don't click anything, but hover over, and it'll tell you what you want. So that way you don't just take a guess and then have you get it wrong. So we found soft edge oval. So this is what they want. 6 style in the 3rd row. Well, that's definitely not right, but I'll go with soft edge oval. Okay, that's good that I told you to do that then, because the book got it wrong. I think it's because I have a bigger screen. I think that's why. Okay, so now we're going to apply picture effects. So that's the picture style. So the picture effects have like shadows, reflections, glow, soft edges, bevel, 3D rotation. So style, when you select it, it's got its own little style. Like it's got preset reflections or preset soft edges. Picture effects, you can add picture effects to the style. So in this flyer, it's going to have a slight lime green glow effect and beveled edges. So we're going to go to picture effects, and we're going to go to glow, and then we've got all this different glow. Now, if you hover over, you can preview it without clicking it and messing things up. So we're going to find lime, 5-point glow, accent, color 6. There should be that one right there. So we're going to click on it. Alrighty. Alright, so we're going to go back to picture effects, and then we are going to go to bevel, and we're going to add the angle bevel. So we're going to look for it here. Notice I'm hovering over to make sure that I have the right one, and that's the right one right there, so we're going to click on it. Okay. So you've just learned how to insert a picture, edit pictures using styles and effects. You can also, one of the things you're going to practice with the geometrics as well is the corrections, the color, and the artistic effects. But we'll get into that later. There's lots of different ways to edit pictures.